switch capable. The Android platform does not have a standard operating system level switch interface, mainly because there isn't a lot of open source and standardization around switches. Switches are often customized for the switch user. But on screen you've got three things. You've got a switch, you've got a switch interface by Komodo, Open Labs, and then you also have a switch interface by an Irish company called a Click-to-Phone. And so there are there's a couple different switch interfaces out there. So here's what you need to know about switching. Because it's not at an operating system level, then three things must be true to make switching work for your user. First of all, the physical switch has to be compatible with the switch interface. Okay, so that's step number one. Now, most of these are DC low volt switching, and that's fairly standardized. So a lot of switches or a lot of switch interfaces accept a lot of different kinds of physical switches, and this is really good if you're mounting one on a wheelchair or you're trying to tie your switching into an existing system. The switch interface then has to be compatible with the operating system. So a switch interface that's only designed for iOS is not compatible with Android. So you have to find a switch interface that's compatible with Android. So that's the second thing that has to be true. And the third thing that has to be true is the software that you're running on the Android device also has to be switch enabled. Now, this is a little bit more gray than, let's say, the iOS environment. That is absolutely true with the iOS environment. The application has to understand the switch interface. In the Android environment, this is a little bit more gray. Generally speaking, you want to make sure that the software is compatible with that switch interface. So, absolutely. However, manufacturers, because it's an open source environment, manufacturers have greater latitude to be able to do operating system level software. There are a number of switch interfaces that do operating system level stuff as well as application level software. Depending on the interface, you can also control the operating system and launch different programs or go from one program to another, or different features that are outside of a single program through the switch interface. What I can tell you is this: make sure all those three things are true. The application that you want to use is compatible with the interface, and the interface is compatible with the switch. The interface is also compatible with the operating system, obviously. So make sure all those things are true and test. There is just like switching in the physical world, switching electronically, it is very customized to your particular user, and so test, test, test.